Ear.
What's going on, fam?
What's good, everybody? My name is Jay. My co-host to my left is Taj, and this is episode 15, Roman numerals XV.
We're gonna get the Roman numerals popping now, because now we're hitting substantial podcast numbers, 15. So now it just look a little nicer,
Good
with a little
numbers.
XV by it. So, and y'all need to be more cultured anyway. Not everything is in regular American ones and
American
twos,
numbers.
ABCs. Come on now,
We
XV.
gon' we gonna hit y'all with them Roman numerals, but this is episode 15 of Divine Departure Podcast. We back here again with a great ass episode, a great ass podcast because we're gonna go through some trending topics. And then we got hella shit to talk about this previous movie or the recent anticipated acclaimed Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. And without further ado, bro, let's get into it with some
What
trending
we got going
topics.
on for trending?
So I think because Marvel's been on a real hype lately, and with all of the movies that has come out at the end of 2020, going into 2022, we've been seeing a lot of old heads, a lot of old heads from these from the previous movies into the new movies. And one of the trending topics that I wanted to talk about is that Daredevil is coming out with a Disney Plus series.
Rebooting Daredevil.
They're
Okay.
rebooting it, but what I think that they're gonna also do is like they said the story is new, but it's continued off of wherever the last movie / shows ended off.
Yeah. He had a cameo in No Way Home.
Yeah, and
I
Spider-Man.
think it was No Way Home. And he popped up as the lawyer. So that made me think, yeah, they could be bringing him back into the mix. So okay.
Yup.
I also heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard they're looking to bring back Spawn, and they're looking to bring back Blade.
Ooh,
And
that's interesting.
essentially, Marvel up until this point, like if you go through the Infinity Wars like saga of it all, like these movies have been fairly like PG-13. So they want to start stepping into some like darker, more adult, more like mature films. So that's why they're bringing in Venom. They already brought in Venom. Then they're trying to bring back Blade,
Spawn
Spawn.
at
Yeah,
some
then
point.
Daredevil. He's more on the PG side if you're going off of PG-13 side. If you're going off of the past stuff, but I think they could play with that, because he's another character that's like, he's a hero. Don't get me wrong, but just the type of criminals that he fights and things like that, they could get like more mature with Daredevil as well. Up until Iron Man and Spider-Man and all this, it's very kid friendly. Thor, you know what I mean? Hulk, it's all been kind of kid friendly. So I think they're trying to, now that they've pulled in a generation, because at this point they have a whole generation of kids like that's grown up with just superhero movies. Like we grew up, we were watching like 007s and like the Matrixes and like the Mummy and like Fast and Furious. Like we grew up on like a variety of different things, but
Different movies.
these kids today, they just growing up with like all the best movies of the superhero movie.
And then especially too, being that Marvel's been killing it lately with all of the fucking TV shows on Disney Plus.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like these TV shows are more like movies now.
mhm.
Maybe short movies, if you will. But if you combine all of these episodes that are 20 minutes long, it's about a good damn near maybe 2 movies.
It's a journey. It's
It's a
definitely a
journey.
journey. Yeah. So with that, it's not that they brought in an audience of kids, a whole generation of kids. I feel like now they can mature their movies because the kids are growing up, so their audience is growing up, so their movies could grow up in theory. So I'm really looking for, if the Blade thing is true. I know they tried to bring back a TV show and it didn't really pan out. But if the Blade thing is true, that's going to be tricky because Wesley Snipes killed that role.
Yeah,
So
it's like Morpheus when it comes to the Matrix. Like they created, or not necessarily created, but they, my boy, I forgot his name, but
I don't know his name either, but I know you're talking about.
the pre the
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence. I had the last name. I couldn't remember the first name,
I
but
thought you meant the new Morpheus. I don't
no,
know
no,
what
no.
you're
I'm
saying.
talking about old Morpheus. Like old Morpheus was
Lawrence
bad as
Fishburne.
fuck. Like he was that dude. But I mean, obviously we know why he wasn't in the movie. Like dude was, dude's in the simulation. He's a simulated version of Morpheus that,
Well, also like
that clip.
they were working with a budget, and I feel like Lawrence Fishburne, either
He need
wasn't
more
going to get
money.
paid. Yeah, I don't think they was going to
Yeah.
pay him right, or B, like I don't know. I feel like there was some negotiations that didn't go right because I feel like they could have maybe squeezed them in one more. But they're also working on John Wick at the same time, and that's hard.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's
hard to
hard to
fit.
do both because
It's kind.
you could tell Keanu Reeves was like trying to get the like John Wick character, like not blend with the Neo character, but it was kind of.
Yeah, but we're not gonna go too much into that. But I do agree with what you're saying. Like I feel as though like it's like on some Moon Knight shit where my boy Oscar Isaac, he's playing two roles. Like my boy John Wick is playing two movies type shit. You know what I mean? And I think they filmed at the same, like close to like they were like one was ending while one was about to start, or like they were merging into one into the other.
It's
So
difficult, but
as well.
yeah, overall, my point was that Wesley Snipes killed Blade, so if Marvel does bring back Blade, whoever actor, I think they already confirmed the actor, but whoever the actor is, like he either has to kill it or his supporting cast around him has to kill it, one or the other.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens with that. Morbius, that was the other one I was trying to think. Morbius is another like dark, more
dark show.
Yeah, so looking forward to the more like rated R type Marvel movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And then another trending topic, which most of us who've been watching a lot of these Disney Plus Marvel shows, which for anybody who hasn't been watching them, I would definitely get that Disney Plus subscription at the end of all of these shows wrapping up. Maybe 2025, 2024, you get that subscription, you watch all of that shit, and then you just get off. Now too, you may get fucked because if you're not watching like all of us, eventually there may be a time where Marvel and Disney might just do this forever. It may not be.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there is a getting off.
It may not be a close. It may not be a close to it. So I would definitely watch it, when more of these shows start coming out. But, Loki is currently MCU's most watched TV show. And
is it really?
It is.
Wow.
It's actually more popular than like Moon Knight, than WandaVision. It's the top. I think it's Loki, WandaVision, and I think somewhere at the end you have Moon Knight, which I feel a little jaded about because
what happened with Falcon and Winter Soldier? Nobody liked that.
No, that was the third.
Oh, that was third. Okay.
And then Hawkeye was fourth, and then Moon Knight was last. But it's kind of fucked up because everybody's gonna watch fucking Hawkeye because they love Hawkeye. Everybody's gonna fucking watch WandaVision because we watch the shows, like we watch the movies. I'm not sure.
I thought it would be WandaVision. WandaVision was
perfect.
I mean, it was a bit slow. It was a bit slow paced, so for those people with short attention spans.
But I feel as though people who have short attention spans. No. But I think I agree. But I think as though like when it comes to a show like WandaVision, to all of the motherfuckers that can't sit down for one episode and watch it,
there's a lot of them.
Like these be the same motherfuckers though that be telling everybody else on the planet that the show's ass because they watched the first episode, they didn't watch the whole thing through, and then they're like, "Yeah, this is ass." Like one of my homies was telling me recently, like today, he's like, "Yeah, I heard that Moon Knight was ass." I'm like, "Bro, like, did they watch the whole series?"
and watch it. People,
Like, watch
people,
it.
people throw it on while they in bed with their girls, or
Nah,
they throw it on while they doing
they making
whatever.
love to their girl, and they got this, they got the shit on the background for the noise, and it's like, bro, like,
And then
can
they
we
be like,
watch?
"Yeah, I saw it. It was ass." And it's like,
Can
"Nah, you saw ass, but you didn't see you didn't see the
Yeah,
show."
yeah, exactly. You saw as you wasn't seeing shit. You wasn't watching shit. I mean, you know, we're all accustomed to doing that, but you know, to each his own. But
Yeah, if you're gonna judge a show, you gotta actually sit there, watch it. Like WandaVision is 5 out of 5 stars in my opinion. Like, but you gotta be there for the journey. It's a build up, it's a journey.
and on top of that, it's a whole shitload of references.
Yeah,
I Love Lucy, the Dan Vic Dyke Show, for all of the youngins like that
yeah,
never like people younger than us, and
yeah.
we're like,
And then the old lady from the first couple episodes, that was the mom from that '70s show.
yup,
The old white lady. She's from
yup,
that '70s so '70s, so like it worked, like all that
yup.
stuff. Yeah,
And
loved
hella
it.
references, even Incredibles. I think the last episode they did like a homage to Incredibles 1 or 2.
Okay.
But
Yeah, yeah.
other than that, what else? I got one more. I just gotta find it.
While
Uh,
he looking for it, listen, we got the YouTube episode 15. We got a catalog of 15 episodes, just anime talk. Tell us your opinions. Tell us what you think. Uh, right there, just type in Departure Podcast on YouTube. We're doing this live on Twitch. We don't really have a set time for it, but it's always going to be on Fridays around now. So if you're not doing nothing on a Friday around 2, 3 o'clock, like I
Tune
might be
in.
like, yeah, just tune in. Might be live on Twitch, but these episodes all go to the YouTube. So you can follow us and subscribe on the YouTube. Follow us, subscribe on the Twitch. We about to. It's gonna be big. Listen, we got the catalog. I was saying off camera, to Juwan here that hey, we're gonna be at some of these anime conventions. We're gonna be at some of these anime clubs. It's
Facts.
the growth is coming. So don't hop on the bandwagon after. Be an OG.
Be a day one.
Be an OG
Be
because
a day
once
one.
I'll tell you, we got some plans to be at some of y'all anime clubs and some of y'all anime conventions. We gonna be in these streets. So I'm just saying now, we respect our day ones. The
Facts.
bandwagon fans, we like y'all too. We like y'all too, but the day ones, yeah, y'all get the utmost respect. So
Facts. And transitioning into that, I got the third one. So She-Hulk is actually coming out, the Disney Plus series.
okay,
And it's actually it reminds me a little bit of like Ace Attorney, because they're calling it She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Well, I don't think it's called. Well, that's what IGN has said. It says new She-Hulk Attorney at Law images. She's actually a lawyer and she's a superhero. So I'm interested to see like where they take She-Hulk, because I don't know too much about She-Hulk, the Marvel hero herself. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously we know Hulk, but you know, I'm interested. I'm
No,
very
I know
interested.
nothing, and I like to know nothing. Poor comic book heads, they know everything, and then be disappointed when the movie drop or when the show drop.
Yep.
So I like knowing
Yep.
nothing. And that's going to be an interesting play because being a lawyer, that's a stressful environment.
And on top of that, she's a hero. She got a boyfriend from what it looks like, because they show the images. She holding her boyfriend in She-Hulk form. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
It writes itself kind of like I can already think of how they could kind of play with some of those elements there. That's cool. That's cool. Shout out to more diversity in Marvel Studios. Like they've been excellent in terms of Hollywood at bringing diversity and not killing the black dude at the beginning of every episode. So
Or just giving inclusion. You know what I mean? We got Miss Marvel, which is coming out, I believe. I'm not sure if it's coming out this summer. But I believe like I think it's some UAE like country. They're banning fucking Marvel, certain Marvel movies, because are actually, I think I think Iran or some country banned Doctor Strange too because of the fact that there was the scene with the girl America Chavez, the girl who traverses through the multiverse, and she has two moms.
Oh right,
And it was not no kissing, it wasn't nothing crazy. It was just a small scene, and they banned the movie, from the whole country. From the whole country. I'm like, come on, dog. Like, are you that fearful?
There's a lot of homophobes out there.
Well, it's a lot of anti-Semitism, but we're not gonna get into that. It's not that type of podcast, but let's get into the movie.
Yeah, I mean, this movie had a lot. Like, okay, so if you think about the build-up, right? You just think about the build-up. You had Age of Ultron, you had Civil War, you had they threw Black Panther in the mix, and then you had Infinity War and Endgame. I feel like, I feel like Thanos won. I mean, I say it all the time. I'm gonna say it again. If it wasn't for Master Splinter, Thanos would have won.
Right.
And people go, "Who's Master Splinter?" You heard this here first. Master Splinter saved the world, because the only reason that they were able to freaking use Ant-Man's power and travel back into the quantum realm to go back in time is because a random ass rat, activated the machine to bring Ant-Man out of the quantum realm in the beginning of the movie. And then Ant-Man was like, oh, wait, I have an idea that nobody, Tony Stark, Hulk, like the smartest people in the show, nobody was able to figure out like what we're gonna do. So if it wasn't for Master Splinter, they would have been stuck. But if you just think about the build-up, so shout out to Master Splinter. If you think about the build-up to that show, to those two movies, like Infinity War and Endgame, I feel like they did a really great job throwing everything in, and then here's the conclusion. But if you talk about what we just saw with this movie, I feel like this movie just opened the floodgates of like, building up to some other like crazy, like Endgame or Infinity War type movie. This is like the start of another build up of different things that's gonna end with another big movie. Will it be better than like Infinity Wars? I don't know. Because Infinity Wars is like,
it may be though. It may be. Marvel has a thing that you sleep. We slept on Infinity War, and then Thanos snapped his fucking fingers, and everybody died, and babies was crying in the theater.
That's true.
Babies was crying in the theater.
I'm just thinking, how strong can people get? Because I didn't like. So this is my issue. My issue with everything right now is Eternals. Eternals is my issue because, based off of so like Thor is a god, right? And Asgard is basically like heaven. But then the Eternals like play with galaxies.
Well,
like
they play with universes.
Yeah. So I'm like, how does, like, I understand they don't meddle in what be going on with whatever. But if we're talking about the multiverse and stuff like that, I don't see how Eternals like fits in. Like, wouldn't the next bad guy have to be an Eternal? Because who's stronger? Like I can't think of nobody like.
Well, I mean, I just think that it doesn't fully make sense because you have different types of multiverses, and it's getting to a point where nothing is really connecting to the center. It's like essentially you have multiple little stories that are kind of like one story and another story, and you're thinking it's going to come here, but the stories is branching off into its own molecular. It's like our galaxy. You know what I mean? Like we see the stars, but the stars are really an imprint of the stars that are actually like the galaxies that are actually going away. And at some point in time in our universe, we'll see that when it's dark outside, even in Albany or in Rochester or in anywhere where there's no pollution, you won't see stars at some point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because of the galaxies that move light years away. But it's like that's how I kind of feel with the movie. I feel as though there's not a connection yet. And I don't know if they've really planned that out. I think that they've made different perspectives of the multiverse, but we really need to bring it back at some point. We need to create some connectors to bring it back, because Doctor Strange, not Doctor Strange, but Wanda getting that book, the Book of Chaos, and using it to traverse through the multiverse. The Darkhold, I didn't expect that to be a power at all.
Yeah, they kind of just I mean, they may have mentioned it in WandaVision,
but they did, which is and I like that, because at the end of the episode, you see that she leaves Westview, she goes to this home in on the river in the mountains. She's outside, sitting outside. She goes in to make another cup of coffee or tea, and then you see the camera pan past her to essentially another version of herself, like in the air, Indian style, with like just reading through the book, but you see these like points. And then it's the same thing that she was doing in the movie. Like she was traversing through the multiverse, and then she heard "Mom," and then you see her, like the camera goes into her face, and then she does like some type of quick movement, and that's the end. And that really started like that to me. I didn't understand what that was.
Right.
I thought that her kids weren't dead, but she was listening to her kids in a multiverse. So it's crazy.
And it's very important that they did that, because if they didn't do that, a lot of it would have been confusing. I told you this before, though. My issue with the premise of that movie was that I understand Wanda was being corrupted by the Darkhold. I get that, but the love and care and passion that she has for her kids that don't really exist. I would
do,
expect,
though. In other universes, they do.
Well, yeah, in other universes,
just not in hers,
right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is and even with the other universes, the problem the biggest problem with that movie is that Vision didn't exist.
But I've been thinking about that, right?
Because
let
me finish.
Yeah.
Because I told you, but I didn't tell you
didn't tell the viewers.
So my problem is it's almost like Vision didn't exist. Like I know she's being corrupted by the Darkhold. So that's twisting her thinking, right? But she loves her kids with a passion, but I feel like Vision's her day one. Like Vision was like her, you know what I'm saying? Her true love. Like all of this started because she wanted Vision back. Like the kids was kind of like secondary, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about when Vision was still alive. When Vision was still alive, like they ran off together, and from the jump, they just wanted to be together. Like kids, family, they was like, we might not. It just, you know what I'm saying? But because obviously Vision's not a person, but
he's a robot, yeah.
Right.
But
they were content for a while. They were content with just each other. And so for her to like just completely and remember, WandaVision ended because of Vision. Like Vision talked her, he literally talked her out of what she was doing. Like that's how much of a hold like Vision has, an influence Vision has on her. So in this movie, there was zero mention of Vision. Nobody, and then when she looked through the other universes or whatever, there was still no Vision. In any of the other universes, no Vision. So my problem was like we established this relationship between her and Vision, but then in this movie it's like we just maybe just they just wanted to appeal to moms because the movie came out like around Mother's Day or something. But I don't know. There was no. I'm like, we're not going to talk about Vision. I was expecting at least at the very this last thing I'm saying. At the very least, I was expecting Doctor Strange to be like, well, this isn't what Vision will want.
Well,
at the very least,
you're right. You're right. I mean that would make sense because he's one of the missing pieces. But I think that they wanted to continue the movie from the TV show, or start the movie off the TV show as something else that she lost. So although Vision wasn't necessarily in the picture, I mean, if they added him in the picture, then it would make things probably more complicated because Vision's a sentient. She's not. He can't produce kids. She can.
But I'm saying though, that's something that you gotta. I know it's complicated, but you can't just completely.
No. You're right, but that's the thing. I don't think it made sense to address that in that moment because she was just trying to go into the multiverse to see her kids. She didn't give a fuck about anything else. She just
but I was saying she didn't give a fuck about Vision.
Yeah, but
because why wouldn't she use her Darkhold powers to like make Vision a human or like just recreate Vision? Or
because maybe in the other universes she married somebody else and had kids and that was that. We don't know, but I like the fact that they held that off because we may eventually get to that point. Remember, in WandaVision, Vision.
Well, she's dead now. Well,
no, Vision's not. Well, she's not dead. She's definitely. I'm telling you, like the director said that they're, in the future they're gonna use her for other movies, and they're not gonna necessarily do another WandaVision thing at the moment, but they're definitely gonna reuse her character. So she can't be dead. If they're saying,
I think she's dead. I think they'll just use a different multiverse Wanda. But
I don't think she's dead.
I'm pretty sure that Wanda is dead.
I don't think so because she destroyed all of the other multiverses, like she didn't destroy the multiverse. She destroyed the temple, that temple, and all the other ones, from what it looked like.
Yeah, but she also dropped the temple on her. So like, how could she not be dead?
Come on, bro. Wanda is bro. Wanda's not that weak, bro. Wanda's not that weak.
Yeah, but she wanted to. Like, from my understanding she wanted to kill herself.
No, she wanted to destroy the temple, but I don't think she's dead. I mean,
didn't see all the rocks and.
I did, but I don't, bro. The temples is fucking in the sky. It's like Skypiea. Like I don't think she's dead. Like I'm not gonna, bro. If she we would have known that she was dead. Bro. You know how Thanos killed Gamora and it was a sign. Like the sign was that he got the Soul Stone. That's a sign. We didn't get a sign. We just saw the temple implode. I'm not gonna assume that. Bro, I need to see.
If I see a temple fall on somebody and they don't, I need
to see that her body dies, her power goes to a next person, some transfer of you laughing, but I'm dead ass. Like we got to see some proof that she's dead. You know what I mean?
How is the temple falling on? She don't have super.
She had a ball of red light around her. So I'm not bro. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm not gonna assume that she's dead though.
All right. Well, whether she's dead or not, I feel like
yeah, my fuck.
No. Whether she's dead or not, I feel like there was just a lack of I understand. Like I said, she loves her kids. She wants her kids back, but there was just no care for Vision. Maybe there wasn't enough money.
Maybe there wasn't enough money in the budget. I mean,
no, I think it just creates a plot hole, and they didn't want to deal with the plot hole, so it was just like, we're not going to bring Vision up. Just don't mention him. The whole movie, take him out. Don't mention him.
They made though. You know what I mean? Like Marvel's not like One Piece. Marvel will go and express a topic and go through it and get to an end. I don't think they're gonna blue ball us with Wanda or with Vision. I just think that maybe in this movie it may not have been the right time, because think about it, bro. If we added Vision in the mix and she goes into the timeline, the same timeline that she went, like Vision went, not Vision, but Doctor Strange went in with her when he went into that corrupt, he went into the corrupt dude's body, took control of him or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know, she could have, like, you know, Vision probably would have seen that she's getting her ass whooped, and Vision probably would have tried to beat her ass, but it's like, it's hella confusing.
Yeah, that's a plot hole. It's a big ass plot hole.
Yeah, but like, how would you have wanted to had that to deal with in that scene? Like, if she went and beat up the other Wanda, and then, you know, the kids are screaming, like, what would you, like, you know what I mean? Like, what would you wanted to see in that moment?
Like, at the very least,
because it's gonna create a plot hole regardless. But it's like,
let's see this. Okay, so I'll answer your question. Like, in that moment, there needs to be either a different husband, like some other dude, that's like not Vision, just some regular, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they play with it and do Hawkeye and Wanda had a kid or something, you know what I mean? Like some other husband, or like if they're gonna do Vision, make it that the Wanda in the other multiverse, because this just makes sense. Like use the Darkhold, still use the Darkhold, but created Vision with the Darkhold. Because then that's an explanation. That's like, oh, okay, choose the Darkhold, recreated Vision, and then made her kids, and now she's just living her life.
You talking about the Wanda in the multiverse or our Wanda?
No, in the multiverse. That's what you're talking about, right?
No, I'm saying, like, which one? Like, we're like, I'm saying, like, in the scene where Wanda, who's corrupt by the Darkhold, is beating on the other Wanda and trying to give her kids.
We either need to see some other dude, because that would have made sense if we saw another dude, right? Or we would have need to see another Vision, and somehow, some way, Vision survived and they adopted 2 kids.
I mean, I get
what you're saying. One of those two would have made it make sense. Like, oh,
yeah, but I'm saying the Vision was in the scene. What would you would expect? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what would you would expect that would have happened? Like, I mean, I know what you I know what you said you expected what would have happened, but I'm saying, like, I think if Vision was in the scene, Vision would be mad confused and be mad conflicted. He's like, wait, 2 Wandas? What the fuck? I got 2 kids, 2 Wandas.
But he's smart, though. Like, Vision's like, you know, he's a genius program, so he would definitely defend his Wanda. I feel like he would definitely defend the Wanda that's his. It would just be like he would sympathize for the other Wanda, but I think he'd definitely defend his Wanda. He wouldn't.
I don't know.
I don't think there'd be too much like, especially because, you know, the kids are involved, and like the other Wanda was barely even fighting back. Like, I don't think he would have tried to kill either of them. Like, I don't think he would, but he would have tried to stop them from fighting because Vision's passive. So at the very least, he would have tried to stop them from fighting and have a conversation. That sounds like something Vision would do. So, you know, but at the end of the day, they just washed over Vision. I don't think anybody said Vision's name.
They didn't.
I don't think anybody just mentioned him. So that outside of the whole Vision thing, the movie was fire. I think it was one of the, like, I think we're getting on the border edge of you know, Marvel movies being darker, because it had some stuff that might scare kids, you know, littler kids. But for us adults, it's like, yo, that's crazy.
But I think the reason why we feel this way is because of the fact that, in regards to the perspective of the character, we've seen Wanda as a character that, you know, she persevered through essentially every trial and tribulation in her life, and she went through a lot of shit. You know, she, like, we look at Wanda as though she's like a normal person. my voice. Oh, no, shit. we look at her as though she's a normal person, right?
Yeah.
And I thought as though, like, with this situation happening, it was cool because we got a chance to see Wanda in a different perspective. I don't think Wanda will ever be bad. I just think that Wanda has more power than she really knows how to control, and she just has to figure out how to use it, or she needs a motivation that's positive to lead her in a way that she uses it. And I think she kind of reminds me the way like she acted is like Hawkeye in Infinity War, or like Endgame. I don't think. Yeah, I think he was in Infinity War, and I think
when he was going around killing.
He, but he was going around and killing people on some assassination shit for a good purpose.
I think that was during the 5-year blip.
Yeah, so that might have been Endgame. That might have been Endgame. So I like
that would have definitely been. It was the time between Infinity War and Endgame.
But I'm saying like it was the Endgame movie that they showed that. Yes, but I liked Hawkeye's perspective. I know he's not the same person that he was because my man turned into an animal after his wife and his kids died. You know what I mean? Like I get that shit. You know what I mean? But she may become a rogue-like character. Like she's going to be on the edge of, I'm going to help people, but I'm going to help people in my way. And it's kind of like similar to like a Moon Knight perspective, similar to maybe like a Morbius perspective.
But I think you're being too nice though. I think you're being
I'm not being too nice.
Like, okay, Hawkeye was killing people, but he was killing bad people. He wasn't just randomly killing people. Wanda is actually trying to hurt innocent people, like innocent, like she killed. I don't think she could be forgiven. She killed the Illuminati from the other universe. That was all heroes. You can't just off 5 heroes and then have a redemption story.
Well, bro, it's like Sasuke off mad people.
Okay, but
no. I know. But hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Sasuke should have got assassinated. You feel me? Because Sasuke did a lot of damage. He did a lot of damage on his own.
I'm not even mad at Orochimaru should have died. But why are we talking
But hear me out. As a man, men have to judge men by what they do, not by a dude who's talking to his ear saying
she offed 5 heroes.
Yes, I know, but we could blame the book for that, as well as we could blame Orochimaru for the way Sasuke acted. But at the end of the day, it's the person who did it, not the person who was in the ear.
So
she didn't know, but she didn't get the book. She obtained it after she defeated Agatha. But it's not like she wanted the book. Maybe she was curious, but it's not
you're way too nice.
It's not though. But bro, if you watch the show, her perspective on the book, for sure, her perspective changed when she got the book. When she touched it, then that's when it was like, oh. Now I'm starting to get corrupted. But before the book, she didn't know there was a book that existed about her.
Okay, but look, this is where your whole argument don't make sense. Before the book, she was already hurting innocent people. That's what all of WandaVision was. She was enslaving innocent lives to function in her world. She was already crazy before the book.
So what do we call Wanda? What do we call her?
Well, I call her dead. I don't think there's any redemption. Like you can't be holding innocent civilians hostage in some town that you made. You can't be using a book and attacking the Doctor Strange, the Time Temple. You can't all this stuff. You can't just do all of that and then you're going through universes. My fault. You're going through universes, often heroes and killing different versions. You can't be. Her body count is way too high. Like nobody in the Marvel universe has a body count like that hasn't already died or became a villain.
You're right, but Hawkeye probably got a lot of numbers, bro. I mean, he killed bad people.
That's saying he was he's doing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like Sasuke's story was a little different because like it's really perspective. Like with
Sasuke.
it's really kind of perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Like we can kind of think of what.
I'm talking about in the Marvel universe.
I
There's
know,
nobody.
but bro, look.
You just want listen. I get it. You like Wanda. You like her character. I get it. And I'm telling you, I don't think she's done as a character. I think they're just gonna bring that Wanda that she was fighting. I think that Wanda is gonna pull up and try to help. That's what I'm thinking.
Wanda ain't dead.
But the OG Wanda, she done off hella heroes, killed hella innocent people.
I mean, you're right. She killed Professor X. She snapped his neck. I was like
and I'm saying before the Darkhold, she was still enslaving innocent people, like brainwashing. Like the army was trying to come in to the town. She destroying trucks and like it's too much. Like you can't do all of that and then be like, well, you was mad, so we'll forgive you if you turn it around. Like at best, if she's still alive, at best, she need to be locked up for life.
Nah, I think
we got to put her back on the streets.
I think that she needs to be like, she needs to be watched over by like the Avengers type shit.
Nah, there's no who's watching her. She's too strong. She'd have to be she'd have to be in the place that Loki was at when none of his powers worked. I forgot the name of the place.
Oh, the time
that might be the only place that like she could just like try to live her life. Other than that, like nah. She's too strong, like she's too unstable. She's done too much. I feel like she's done, but her character is not done because it's a great character. So they'll bring back some other
I think she'll never like get really a lot of respect as most heroes would be getting, but I still think as though like as heroes like we make grave mistakes and we do a lot of like as much as good as people could do, you could do a lot bad.
Okay, so what if Thanos came back and he was like, you know what, I want to change my ways, I want to help.
But Thanos was like, what do we call Thanos? Thanos was a villain, but he wasn't really a villain. He's like an anti-villain. But is he really though?
Anybody that's killing, pillaging innocent lives is a villain.
Well,
like that's it.
So Wanda's a villain.
Yes. Well, she wasn't originally, but absolutely.
I like her character.
You can't off another world's Captain America. Like you can't just be offing heroes and stay a hero. You can't.
All right. Well,
like
I had two other things that I wanted to talk about, but the second thing I wanted to talk about, because we talked a lot about Wanda's Wanda in the movie, but I actually really like America Chavez, the character. I thought she was unique. I kind of think it might have been a little cheesy that she was the only person in the multiverse that exists, because she went through every multiverse and couldn't find a version of herself. Yeah. It's kind of a little cheesy.
It's convenient.
It's not convenient because bro, she's like the one. She's like the sentient.
It's convenient for writing the show out. Like it's like we'll just make her the only one.
But I thought her power was interesting because like I don't know if you realize, but whenever she would punch a hole or like punch like a portal into a different multiverse, it would come out like a star.
Yeah.
And the only person I know that has that emblem is Captain Marvel. And then I think Miss Marvel, which is coming out soon. I don't know if that's related to Captain Marvel, but she has like that symbol on her suit. So
Captain America.
I'm really interested to see if that connects. I don't think it does, but if it does, I'd love to hear about it and I'd love to know about it. Like, when we're watching future movies and shit.
Yeah.
but I liked her character. I like that Strange, although he was corrupted by uh the whatever the fuck the name of the book is.
The Darkhold.
The Darkhold. Although he was corrupted by the Darkhold.
They said it a million times in the movie.
Although he was corrupted by the Darkhold and he got that third eye, like he's not a fucked up person. And he really like protected her. He was the one Strange that she like went to for help, and like he actually fell through and like, helped her out. He saved her. And I like that because, essentially Strange is supposed to be a villain now. You're corrupted by the Darkhold. Yes, he went through the multiverse. Well, he went through the multiverse and found the Strange that was dead in his multiverse and then was doing, whatever. But I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting as well that because he used the Darkhold from another Strange to go into the universe that he was in off of the Strange that came from another universe into his universe, was fucking confusing, bro. It's confusing how I said that, and for most people that saw that shit, that they're hearing this shit like in the future and currently now, they're probably confused as shit just hearing that. But him doing all of that, I like the fact that there was rules, and you saw that those the Darkhold creatures, they're like, yo, get out of this body, you're not sanctioned to use this power type deal. I like that because.
Can we talk about the worst part of the movie?
What?
That same scene when he possessed the dead version of him. He told the girl, the redhead, I forgot her name. He told her, "Hey, protect my body, because they're gonna come after me for trespassing." And then she proceeds to like beat all these dark spirit things with like a candle and some random ass blaster. Like what was that? Like,
damn, I forgot about that.
That was the worst part of the whole. Bro, she has no
Honestly,
powers.
I can't even remember.
I thought she was gonna pick up a broom or something and start, but she made a whole ass. I think it has something to do with the Sands of Ashanti, maybe. I don't know, but she picked up this thing and then took a candle and was like, "Kadoosh, kadoosh, kadoosh." I was like, "Wait, hold on. Like, what is this?"
Mamita got skills. She out here phase blasting people and shit.
I was like, what? I gotta go back and watch that part. I don't know what it was.
I have to because I don't remember that. Like I don't remember that in the fucking movie.
Yeah, bro. He said he told her, "Hey, they're gonna come after me for trespassing into the realm of the dead." And then he did the dream walk thing.
Right.
And then the souls came out or whatever, started attacking him. And then she like defended his body, but she picked up something and just started offing them with a candle and a freaking, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch that because I don't remember that. Huh? There's a lot of shit, but
one other thing I noticed, and you know me, I be noticing details of stuff. This is why Naruto is the best anime, because the attention to detail. But so America Chavez, her power is to traverse through the multiverse, right? Like can we agree that's her power?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's her power, then why is it that randomly she gets super strength?
It's not necessarily super straight. I don't like because she was opening portals and like punching Wanda with the portal when she was creating.
Talking about there was a scene where she like broke the glass to get out of the chamber. There was another scene where she
because she used the portal. She used the portal to crack the glass.
No, that doesn't.
I'm telling you, that's what fucking happened.
Because then shouldn't the glass get sent through the portal? I felt
yes,
like
but she didn't know how to control her power, bro. Bro, she was fighting Wanda, punching portals on Wanda.
No, I'm saying before she fought Wanda, there was like 3 different
But
scenes.
I'm telling you, it's the same thing,
and like it
bro.
went flying or it broke.
It's the same thing. I'm telling you.
That makes no sense because she
Bro,
doesn't have super strength.
She doesn't, but I'm telling you, when she hits you with that fucking portal,
It's a
you
portal
start.
punch.
Yes, bro. It's a bro. I don't know what you fucking called it, bro. They never explained it, but bro, she did it with Wanda. The same shit. She didn't fucking just punch, bro. You saw the star coming off her hand, and then it cracked the glass. Deadass.
No, I know, but I'm saying that doesn't line up with what her power is. That
bro, yes, her power is to open up portals into the multiverse.
Yeah, so
she can traverse it.
To do with being able to punch, like that doesn't.
Bro, I don't know, but bro, hopefully they explain it. Bro, that's
I promise you they're not gonna explain.
But bro, I'm telling you, this is the thing. Whenever she did it, when she learned, like she didn't learn, like she did the punch before into the glass, but then when Strange told her, like, yo.
Yeah, you can control it. Yeah,
you can control it. That's when she did it again, and then that's when you see the multiverse behind her open. Doof, multiverse. Doof.
Okay, but
multiverse.
The damage factor, like,
yeah.
If my power is to open portals, how does opening a portal on your face make the punch stronger?
Because, bro, but this is the thing, though. When she couldn't control her power, right? When she couldn't control it. She opened a portal. She opened like 4 portals and sent her mom's flying. So I mean,
no, not her. The portal did, not her.
But I'm saying it's her power. So yeah, it's like Eddie, whatever the fuck the little girl name is from My Hero, the one who don't know how to control her fucking power. It's like her. She get worked up and then her.
Yeah, but she don't have a time. She don't have a time punch that like she punch you. But time for,
she got some shit and she don't know how to fucking use it. That's the same shit. It don't matter if you slice up the bread.
So she's strong now? Like I was like, wait, hold on.
She punched Wanda and you see the multiverse open behind her. Yeah, hell yeah.
It should be a regular ass kid punch and then the portal open.
Nah, because we like that. Bro, but you got to think about the multi-universal science. Like, if we really think about it, like if I get high and I start talking to you about this shit, like we may talk about this shit for days. Like we may talk about this shit for years, but think about it, bro. Like if you want some if you could control a multiverse, like that's science. It's like, but this is the thing. She opened 4 portals and said her mother's flying. So that force opening the portal, she gotta direct it to something, and then when she directed, then she gotta open that shit. But what she did that shit, but she didn't fully open the shit, so that's why the portal didn't fucking open. You feel me? But think about it, bro.
She hit the glass with her elbow.
But this is the thing. If she hit it with force, but she don't open the portal and she don't completely open it, then what you think the multiverse gonna do? It's gonna the area of the shit is gonna crack, or it's gonna fucking you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, bro? Do you really get what I'm saying? Like, bro, if I had the power to punch, just my fist, and then a multiverse open, but I don't open it completely, and I direct it to a certain spot, like the glass should be going through the multiverse, but it don't go through the multiverse. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. Yeah. I fucking hate you, bro. Fucking hate you, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hate you.
The glass with the impact.
No, but I'm saying it makes sense though. It makes sense. Bro, think about it. Her mother's with
I feel physics, bro. So
bro, like inertia force and sending it into a portal is like think about the multiverse is like a black hole, but like you're flying through that shit, but you're going to end. Black holes, you're getting I'm not even gonna go through the science of black holes.
Look. Portals, interdimensional portals having force, that makes sense. But before the portal opens, there is no force.
But bro, this
The
the
portal's not
thing.
open yet.
But this
So
the
when
thing. She didn't.
wait. So everything you saying cool. When she hit that glass thing that she was trapped in with her elbow, there was no portal.
It was the star. The star went and then
was
it
no
went
portal.
crack.
It
No,
just-
but I'm saying
it just
it was
hit
like
the shit.
it was like
cracked.
it's like
And then
it's like when you do a move in like Smash Bros. Like you could cancel fireballs with Mario, right? Like what can you cancel? What can you cancel with Mario, bro?
There's no fireball cancel. That's not.
Well, you could cancel the cape, right?
You could short hop cancel the animation.
But you could. All right, cool. So it's like you're short hop canceling the fireball. Like like
she didn't. So she canceled. So she used the power of the portal, but canceled the portal.
Yes, bro. She didn't fully open that shit. It makes sense. It makes sense. I don't know why you don't get it, bro. I don't know.
Because her power is one thing, so I'm like, how did she get super strength out of nowhere?
It's not strength, but it's as though like she created a bubble, like like how you make a ripple in time type shit. She created a bubble of the multiverse on the glass, and the glass went through. But it really meant to like get sucked in through the portal, but it did it because she didn't open it because she didn't know how to use her power. It makes sense.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm done fucking talking about America Chavez. My ending remarks.
Okay, go ahead.
Ending remarks. Both me and you, then we gonna get out of here because Mazel Tov. My ending remarks. Great movie. I think they're gonna do a part 3 because Strange, you know, at the end of the movie, he met some lady, talk about Dormammu. That man was in the first movie. So, he gotta fix some business. We gonna see him again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I definitely, my rating was definitely a 9 out of 10. I think that no movie is perfect, and when it's perfect, that means that everything has been understood, every checkbox has been hit, every piece of information has been understood to a T, and I feel as though
Infinity Wars wasn't a perfect movie.
Infinity War was a 10, but there was still things left out. But I'm gonna give it a 10 because it was a 10.
I'll just make it short because you said there's no
we gotta give Infinity War and Endgame 10s because those two. Nah, but we got to because the second the sequel is not always as good as like the first movie. You know what I'm saying? That's how can you top? How can you? But that's the thing. How can you top a movie that was a fucking 10? Like you can't top it. Like what can we fucking do? You know what I'm saying? Like the Endgame was sloppy. Infinity War was good, but there's still a couple things that could have been better. But I give those a 10 because those ended phase, whatever the fucking number of the phase was that we was fucking on at that time. Now we're on a new phase. I'm excited. I give Doctor Strange a 9 out of 10 because you and me can't agree that it's a 10 because for you, there's information.
I didn't give you my rating yet.
But I'm just saying, like, it's not a perfect score.
I didn't say it's a 10.
But it's not a perfect score. It would never be a perfect score because on your end and on my end, there's things that are missing. The Vision thing is one of those things. The to you, the portal bomb joint, that's a little bit unclear. So I mean,
I might always criticize something. That don't mean it's not a 10. There's always criticism.
I give it a 9 out of 10. What's your opinion, bro?
All right, my opinion of the movie is it's a 10 out of 10 for a movie. Like when I rate movies, I don't rate it off of too heavy on the plot. When it comes to movies that have prequels and sequels and all that. So if a movie has like three things you got to watch before it and then something after it, it's hard for me to judge the plot of just that movie because there's other stuff that goes with it. So movies that are singular movies that don't have another thing that tie into it, I could judge the plot on those because all of the plot happens in that one movie. Like if I'm talking about like Inception, like I could judge Inception because there's no part 1, 2, 3. There's no other. It's just Inception. It's one movie, so all of the plot is in this movie. So I could judge. So with this movie, with most Marvel movies, I can't really judge the plot, because the plot continues. It's not over, and there's pre-plot and post-plot. So outside of the plot, if you just watch the movie in a vacuum, I feel like it's a 10 out of 10. I feel like it's a great movie. It doesn't mean it doesn't have things wrong with it. What I'm looking forward to the most is the return of the X-Men universe. They introduced Charles. Side note, I don't care how strong the Darkhold is. If Charles is 10 feet from you and he's in your mind, I don't think you could beat him mentally. And so that part really bothered me. I understand that the dude that plays Charles, he's old, so they don't necessarily want to keep tying him into stuff. So I get that part of it, but I don't think she should have been able to just off him like that, because mentally, Charles Xavier, once he's in your head, like you're done. And her power is not telekinesis, like that's she can do it, but it's more anyway. But I'm excited to bring back the X-Men universe. Obviously, Hugh Jackman is not going to be playing Logan anymore. I don't think we're going to see any of the OG, unless they could pull in maybe like a Holly Berry to do Storm again. I don't think we're going to see any of the OG like actors and actresses from X-Men, but that's cool. Bringing in fresh blood, bringing in new blood. I'm just cool that we might get some X-Men something back in this, because I was a big fan of that whole series of things. So
Yeah, and I wanna add on too. You know, they're bringing back Fantastic Four. I don't know if it's a sequel or whatever the case may be, because I know there was a few movies that came out in our childhood. I think it was 3, but they're coming out with a new Fantastic Four movie. So that's that's gonna be hot. It's just good things to look forward to with Marvel, man. Like. And we're just going to keep reviewing Moon Knight. We'll keep reviewing all of these shows and really give our opinions, because I want to see. I kind of want to. I'm interested to see She-Hulk, because I'm a little bit drained out with the multiverse, because it's just a lot of information, and it's a lot of different ways to access the multiverse, which is, to me, it's a little. It's a little jarring, because it's like you really want one pathway. We don't want every superhero to have the ability to have that power, because that power comes with great responsibility, as Peter Parker's uncle would say. Great power comes great responsibility. And these heroes like Doctor Strange is cocky, which he's less cocky in this movie than in the previous one, and in a lot of the Marvel movies he's been in, which is for me is like great character development, because you see he loses the love of his life, she gets married, the multiverse is different. His reality is different than what it would be in another or thousands of other universes, millions of other universes and shit like that. But I'm really interested to see She-Hulk. I'm really interested to see if they bring, Loki, obviously they're bringing back another season 2, but I really want to see more heroes. I'd love to see X-Men, like a new generation, and bring back some new mutants, some new abilities. Maybe let's stray from the comics and let's build some new mutants. Let's be creative. There's a lot of creative people that could create roles for obviously it's not Marvel comic, but let's create some new comics. I know there's got to be new X-Men heroes. There's got to be like new people that we could bring in and reel in. Let's bring some new Fantastic Four.
Let's bring some
new people. Because we grew up on X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man.
Bringing the new energy, the new blood. I'm for it. I'm definitely for it.
But all right, that's about it. That's about wraps up for the episode 15 of the Divine Departure podcast. For everybody who's been watching, keeping up with us, we really appreciate y'all. This is a dream for me and Taj to keep doing these episodes, and for us, like, we really love it, because we're anime heads, we're Marvel heads. You know, just about anything that really catches our attention. We really love to talk about shit. We really love to get into
culture.
shit for the culture. And we really appreciate the ones who have subscribed to us, the ones who's watching live, for y'all support. You know, every view counts, you know. So, you
Follow
know,
us, subscribe, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. We on them.
all right. We will
Deuces.
catch y'all later.